So I just found out my Vivy video for my first JustAnime was failed to upload, and I lost the original file. So I'm just gonna quickly uh, make like a second video for Vivy. Wow, I did expect to go over like this much. So um, to explain what Vivy is, Vivy's Floridites, Vivly Fluorite song or whatever it's called is a story about AI. So in the future, AI and humans have a war with each other, and the humans in the future don't want that because they're gonna die. And so the humans sent an AI robot and to back into the past to stop the war basically from happening, to prevent the AIs from getting their own mindset that humans are bad, and to end the war before it even happens. And so the robot they choose to send back is Matsumune. I'm hoping getting that right, so it's been a long time since I've seen the show. And Matsumune goes to this AI called Vivy, who is the first humanoid AI, who has the will or order to make everyone happy by singing, basically. And the Matsumune AI from the future, basically goes to her and say, "Hey, we have the tasks to save the future." And after a couple episodes, Vivy, the AI from the past, Vivy, goes like, "Fine, I'll do it." And so they go on multiple missions to uh, basically to like critical checkpoints throughout the timeline of history to prevent historical events from happening that would make AI sort of change the perception of AI. And the first checkpoint was Vivy stopping a senator promoting the human rights for AI from being assassinated. Oh god. The second mission was to stop uh, a space hotel from crashing to the earth. And the third mission was to stop a AI automated factory, basically, to basically just shut it down. And the fourth one was to stop the first AI suicide. And there might be more that I'm just forgetting, but that's basically the main points of the show, like the critical checkpoints. And now and in the end, they fail. Robots still hate humans, and apparently that can't change. But uh, they defeat the they shut down all AI. They go back again into the past, and they defeat the AI by shutting them all down, basically, and just restarting over. Let's write a different program. And yeah, basically that's the whole synopsis of Vivy, and to my personal opinions on it. I mentioned it in my video that's supposed to go up. I give it a 6, or if I'm feeling generous, a 7 out of 10. Now initially I started watching it because everyone who in this during this when it was airing, I didn't see it when airing obviously, but when it was airing, everyone was talking about like this was the underdog of the season. Like it has the best writers. The one of the writers is the same Nakatsuki Tappe, the writer for ReZero. And it has great animation, great storytelling, great voice acting. This is the underdog show. It's not getting enough appreciation. and it sort of like fizzled out, and I know why it sort of fizzled out. Like definitely the first few episodes were very strong. The whole concept of AI, just like an anime, like star, or just no, not even an anime, just a story dealing with this deeply on like time travel and AI at the same time. It's very intriguing. It's a very fresh concept. The first three episodes, yeah, they weren't, you know, that welly animated. Like it wasn't nothing crazy, but it was like above average, and you know, some of the fight scenes were like insane. And of course, you cannot not mention the music. The music is insane. It's epic. It's amazing. It's just that's the reason why you basically watch the show. It's the music. The music's really good. And then it kind of like loses its purpose. I think it kind of derails. Um, you don't really know what to expect from Vivy, but this was not what I was expecting. I can't. There's not really so much I can critique about it. Uh, With the story, I think it was just executed pretty wrong. In that, uh, first of all, things needed way more explanations. It ended with 13 episodes, and it could easily be twice as long, because there was so much like character development that happened in between, like, or like that wasn't really explained a lot. Like Vivi herself goes through like multiple changes of personality because she's conflicting with her, fighting against humans, and just her original order, which was, um, you know, make everyone happy by singing, it's conflicting, and it shows not well, but it shows. And I just wish it was like way more represented, because it was a very good concept of like how an AI would deal with like multiple personalities, and I just feel like the execution was way like kind of put off. The whole like Ophelia, the first like AI suicide concept again was amazing. It was just really badly executed. They put like way too many fight scenes in that weren't really necessary. It was kind of anticlimactic too, and yeah, it was just overall like the later episodes kind of felt like a fever dream. Like it's not bad, and the story was there, and like the characters are also there. It's just like you can't mix them up. Like it's the same feeling. Like if even if you mix up the best ingredients in the world, you know, mixing up Five Guys, potato chips isn't gonna really fit well with like the soup, like ramen. Like it's just not gonna work. And that's a terrible analogy, but again, but even it has great ingredients, but then the overall dish isn't that great just because it doesn't really mix with well each other. Music amazing, um, voice acting is amazing. You should go listen to their songs on various streaming websites. It's probably under the name Vivy or something like that. Um, great story, plot. Like I said, the plot was there. It's just badly executed, and the animation wasn't great as everyone said. Like it did have those like golden moments where like it's like so good, but then the rest of the show was like, no, it wasn't worth it. Like it was above average, but like at what cost? You showed us what you're capable of, and even then, like above average is like considering every anime from all time. Like animation from for that time, it came out in 2021. It should have been way better. Colors were kind of off. It was too like plastic looking, even though it shouldn't have been. Like I kind of guessed what they're going for, like kind of medley style. It did not give off that like feeling. Um, and then 3D animation is a train wreck. Like Matsumune is a cube that floats around, and I'm pretty sure he's animated in 3D, and he looked amazing. Like he was like moving around, squishing and everything. Like, bro, you spent like half your budget on that one character alone, and then like in the future, when he gets when he transforms into multiple cubes, and like Vivy rides around him, it just like collapses, and every single 3D piece except for that one cube is trash because not because the 3D itself is like terrible, it's just the clash between the 2D background and the 2D characters on the 3D moving object. It's so jarring, and just it just doesn't look pretty. It looks like, Jar Jar Binks comes out of Teletubbies. Like it just looks wrong. And it's kind of sad to see, like, even though the technology's there, people still haven't mastered the ability to integrate 2D and 3D together. Really shame of it. Like, I really like both 3D and 2D animations. They're amazing, but it's just nobody really figured out to put them together. Um, yeah, again, poorly executed. Good plot and story, voice acting, and amazing music. Overall, give it a 6. I think that's my final thing. I didn't really feel much about it in the end. I think if someone wrote a novel up with the plot of Vivy, that would do it immensely better. Even though you're kind of mixing out on the voice acting and the music and like sort of like good parts of animation, just I feel like the novel is a more better concept to explore on this whole core concept, core plot of AI, and a novel can kind of like fully immersely like tell the story that the original writers thought about. And maybe I'll write one, maybe I'll like someone will, maybe it'll never happen, but it did really give me a fresh perspective on AI, and that's the only like kind of flame of hope that I'm having, that this isn't like trash plot. Anyways, fuck you YouTube for taking down my video for no reason, making me record this at like 2 a.m. I'm tired, I'm going to bed now. See ya.